The biggest question on any citizen's mind these days is, when am I going to be able to get vaccinated? Where are the vaccines? The federal government is responsible for getting them. There have been fits and starts, and no one really knows the answer. So I've invited in Yvonne Robertson. She is a businesswoman. She knows about getting goods across borders and into Canada. She also happens to be the Conservative candidate in Don Valley West, and she joins me now, and let's just put this question to you. Does anybody know the real truth about when we're going to get vaccines?
The truth is changing depending on who you ask and what time of day. So right now we have less than 1 million vaccines in our country.
And so we're hearing from the provinces who administer it that we've run out, or we are about to be running out. Other countries, Britain is saying they have more vaccines than they can use. They're thinking about giving them away. So why are we behind the 8 ball?
Britain has administered 15 million doses to date. The United States, 25 million doses have been injected to date.
Why are we behind?
We can't get it together. The federal Liberal government wants to do it all themselves, and they're not asking for help.
There's a story around that the government had a deal with getting vaccines from China, and that deal is no longer on the table. What happened, do you know?
They thought they'd be smart, and they would partner up with China. Sino was a disaster. It didn't work. The Chinese government pulled the plug, so we were left with nothing.
Do we know if we sent money in China yet?
I would assume the Chinese government asked for a deposit.
Okay, so we are left back of the line. Is that what it is?
Are we even in a line? So there are 6 European manufacturer contracts that we have.
And we're waiting to see if we can get ahead of anybody else?
Well, right now, the EU commissioner is sitting with AstraZeneca, and they are advising them that they are not to export any vaccines outside of Europe.
Okay, so what about Canada? We have a lot of smart people, a lot of manufacturing capacity. Why aren't Canadian companies making the vaccine?
The simplest thing that the federal Liberal government could have done was listen to the smartest men and women in our country. They offered help and they were turned away.
Is that going to be changing now? Because we should have the capacity for generations to come. We have to make that in Canada, don't we?
These private companies now are going public a little bit. I saw Providence Therapeutics. I saw these companies like Northern RCA and other companies in Laval, Quebec. They are coming out with their stories. They approached the government and the government denied listening.
Okay, so I also heard a story about a company in Alberta that said we were here a year ago saying we could make it. Mm-hmm. What should change, aside from a new government, from your point of view?
They need to listen to the experts. They need to ask for help. There are people who are procurement specialists who understand it's not just placing an order. Let's just break down a purchase order. It's not that simple, but don't scare us into not asking for details.
Okay, Yvonne, thank you very much. 3 minutes. So thank you for watching, and please make sure that you subscribe and tell your friends. We are going to have lots of fabulous shows coming up in the new year.